All right, and we're live. Yeah, I didn't know how to like schedule it on YouTube or Twitch. I probably have to be logged into them. So, but
okay.
it will be on there. Anyway, Scott, welcome.
Dick, thanks for having me.
Yeah. As everyone knows, I own the channel.
Yeah.
But it's good to reunite with my father.
Yes.
The only reason I'm on the team. Dan didn't want me here, but I'm here with you.
Yes.
So
we're here.
Yeah. So anyway, it's Continentals week and we're not there.
No, we are not.
Yeah. So why did you decide not to go?
So there's a couple real reasons, I think. It's very expensive, is one, and honestly, I think you're gonna say something similar, but like I think the format is just very, very difficult, and given some of my recent performances, like, haven't done too well in the last few DLCs, I figured if I went and like didn't make nationals, I'd be really disappointed in myself. And so even though there's a lot of other stuff to do, I feel like I would just spend the rest of the weekend just being down. So, and with all the traveling I've done for DLCs and other things so far, I just felt like I needed a break. I mean, I know it's a big event, but like at the end of the day, like I'm not qualified. So, I know you can take the chance and all that. I think there's a little bit of FOMO in terms of like, just it being a big Lorcana weekend. But at the end of the day, like, I think I just needed a break from constant traveling, considering I went to all those DLCs.
Yeah. The fact that like all the decks feel so close going into a single elimination tournament, I just don't have the confidence. Even if I think I'm better than people, I still, there's luck involved. It's a card game. Having to run off 5-0 and then presumably no shot again. I don't remember if there was like you could jump in multiple.
No.
Okay.
All at the same time.
Okay. I know in Europe that was like
a
contentious thing. Will we try to attend Worlds? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to Worlds.
Yeah. I mean, if it's open and you can hang out, then yeah.
Yeah, Worlds is also a driving distance from me, in my opinion.
Yeah. I have family in Orlando, so I would definitely go there.
Yeah, and there's going to be people like from the UK that we've never met before. I was originally supposed to have like a wrestling match with Lorcana Villain at Worlds, but we had to end that early. People were getting way too serious with it. But yeah, the fact that it costs so much money to go, like we're on the East Coast, costs so much money to go to. It seems so slim to make it in 1 in 32 shot, and then I would not have gone to Disneyland without the kids.
Yeah,
I would have never heard the end of that. So that's another different thing for me. Was if I went, everyone else would have been at Disneyland. I'd have been at the Airbnb. I'd have felt even worse.
And even that's an extra, like, huge expense. So,
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, well, since it is the weekend of NACC, I guess we should go over it. That's what people are going to want to hear. So, I believe it was Caroline Bell. I'll have to double check. But we'll probably leave a link to this in the description. She posted on Twitter. She also thanked a ton of people. I'm not going to go through all that. I know B Squared was in there, but all of this information was nice and neatly compiled for us. And so we can see exactly who made top 16. I don't know all the pass down invites aside from Bivens.
Yeah.
So yeah, I figure we'll just go through here, see if there's any names that stick out to us. And well, maybe we can predict what decks they're going to be bringing. Yeah. So we had first place of Atlanta, and we haven't seen this guy since.
I know.
He is just waiting to win nationals and then win worlds, because he could be playing anything, right?
He could be playing 60 characters again. Who knows?
Yeah. if I had to guess, I would think he's gonna play Mufasa. Maybe Amber Steel Mufasa this time. Something that's kind of off meta but on people's radar. Let's see. And if I skip over anyone that you recognize, shout it out. I don't follow a lot of coverage, honestly. So
the event,
yeah, if I haven't like hung out or talked to these people, then I probably just don't know. So we got Zan here, and what do you think Zan's gonna be on?
I would assume Emerald Steel, unless he really thinks it's just not good enough.
Yeah, I was thinking it's either gonna be Emerald Steel or let's see, Amethyst Steel. I know he played a lot of Amethyst Steel previously
in Chicago.
Yeah, and then we have a Forbidden Mountain name here in Matt.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna say anything about if I know what people are playing on our team or not. I'm just not gonna say
it. Fair.
Don't. Yeah. Let's see. We got I believe it's Humza Khan from Luxury, and he played Ruby Sapphire. I didn't even know this text was here. I wrote down the decks on a piece of paper.
No, you're good. It's all here.
Yeah,
all good.
The only deck that I know him to play is Ruby Sapphire. Let's see. We have R&B. Yeah, he's known for Zoolander Seal, but I don't know if he has the balls to play it right now. People, either it's terrible and people are being genuine, or it's like a sleeper hit and everyone's trying to throw everyone else off the trail. Because all I hear from Sky, anyone, is like, yeah, deck's not great right now. I think Sky even said on his podcast with the Wizard, like, yeah, it's not great, but I'm great with it, so I might just play it.
Right.
So we could have that situation with R&B. If he's just better than everyone, then why not? Yeah. Mark Landers, I know him from Florida. So I
know Chris from the Goons.
Okay, yeah, I don't know any of the Goons' real names.
Yeah.
Is this the Goon?
That's the main Goon.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I don't know anyone's real name. I mean, people think they don't know my real name either. So
he usually plays a lot of Ruby Amethyst. I would assume the same thing out of him.
Let's see.
You know Mark said?
Yeah, so I know Mark. He's a Ruby Amethyst or Amber Steel guy. So not to throw him under the bus, I'm pretty sure those are the only two decks that he plays.
Okay.
So, we got Kendall.
He'll play Ruby Amethyst.
Yeah, you think so? I don't know. It might be the time
to drop it.
Yep. It might. Let's see. Sorry, I have to do something in the back end here. It might be the time to switch the deck. And then another TFM spotting.
Yep.
John obviously can't go over it. Aaron Rubin 17th. I thought he qualified. Sorry. He was 14th. 15th. Yeah. It's Cell 17. Yeah, I was gonna say I swore he was qualified this entire time. Wow, he played Amber Seal. I know he was like really well known during Pixelborn for Ruby Amethyst, I believe. This is Lorcana Bro, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Lorcana Bro. And then moving on. Chicago.
I don't realize how some other people finished there. I was too busy losing, so.
I mean, you made day 2.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I bubbled out. God. 1 second, sorry.
Who is this person?
I know. It's insane. Let's see. Chicago. So first place was the Rat. Well,
I don't know what he's played since then. I know you told me he was playing Emerald Steel somewhere else, right? Or I think Braden told me he was playing Emerald Steel and it wasn't very good, or it was really hard to win with, or something like that.
Yeah, I think he played Emerald Steel again in Vegas. I'm not positive. If I had to guess, he's playing Emerald Steel or he's playing something that Braden and Ryan Miles cooked up with him, like some off the wall LeFou deck. So, Tomas, I've heard of Tomas. I know he's a good player.
He's Ruby Sapphire all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kurt is another one that, like, topped and then haven't seen him again. Went and opened a store, living normal life. So he could be playing anything.
Yeah, no idea. I don't even know if I assume he's going. I don't even know.
Oh yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would absolutely hope so. DeCandia,
Amber Steel.
Yeah, I would assume that's going to be Amber Steel. Might not be what he's been playing recently, playtesting, but I would assume it's some kind of variant. Let's see. We got Dale. Yeah, I mean, everyone just has to assume it's Emerald Steel, right?
Yes.
He wrote the book on it.
He literally wrote the book on it.
Yeah. Oh man. And Josh Graham. So Josh Graham, I know, was a One Piece player. Like, I've heard his name a lot. I've heard people mention him a lot. And it's funny because I would assume he's playing Emerald Steel since he was like a champion One Piece player. And that's what he qualified with. And then we've got George, who, as far as we know, will not be going.
Yeah. If he did, he'd play Ruby Amethyst.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then Sky stuck in there, like you said, right below him.
Oh, okay. Got a pass down?
Yeah. No, you're just 16th.
Oh, I'm the worst. I'm the absolute worst at reading this. I can't wait for this to go on YouTube and me to get made fun of. But yeah, Sapphire Steel.
What about Bivens? He plays anything.
Yeah, I know. You just never know. He's just at home. He's probably at the Airbnb right now playing with himself.
Yep.
He brought every deck. Yeah, he's just playing with himself all night.
He wasn't in the Georgia tournament that you went to?
CCS? No. I thought he might be there. Yeah, he wasn't there. He wasn't at a tournament I went to in Raleigh either. Okay. Where like all of Ohana came. He's been hiding out. Okay. If anyone's got the sauce, I'm guessing it's gonna be him. So
yeah.
And what was the next one for us? Dallas Fort Worth. So Ed Chu.
Ruby Amethyst.
Yeah, I would also assume Ruby Amethyst. He did win that one side event with an Emerald Steel Mother Gothel deck, which I had a lot of fun playing. But I think when a World's invite is on the line, he'll probably just go back to Ruby Amethyst.
Yep.
Chris Croy, what's he going to be playing?
He's going to be attempting to play, I think.
Yeah, I think, what I think after being villainized for me and Lorcana villain, he should just come out and play.
Yeah.
He should just walk in there, say, what you going to do? There's no ban list in this game.
No.
Oh, man. And then we have Chris from Luxury Games, and I know he loves Amber Steel. He played it here. He's a big fan of, I believe he's a big fan of Sven's and Gaston's and all that. He just loves the deck. Let's see. Kevin Barrington was someone I wrote down earlier. I lost it.
I wasn't at this event, so.
This is where FAM qualified.
Okay. Ruby Sapphire.
Oh yeah. If FAM doesn't play Ruby Sapphire,
he played it at Euros, right?
I believe so. Yeah. If he didn't, I just assumed it.
Yeah.
We do have an Ink Knights guy in here. I don't know him personally. And Sailor. I'm looking at the names.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize his real name. So yeah, I mean Sailor's gonna be in Ruby Sapphire as well, right? Mm-hmm. At least we assume so. Again, he wrote the book on it. Yeah. So yeah, that's everyone I know from here. And we've got Toronto. So we have Diego. I don't think Diego's played since.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. I mean, he's just. I know he joined Luxury recently. It's on here. But do you think he busts out Amber Emerald again?
I hope not, but who
knows? No? I think that's the sleeper deck. I know that was like a topic for later surprise decks, but I swear Under the Sea is just insane. I swear it's just so good right now, like better than it ever was. And everyone said, yeah, I switched off the deck because it lost to Emerald Steel. But there's like, we've seen hardly any Emerald Steel. So I don't know why people just don't go right back to it. But yeah, we got a Nunez appearance.
Yep.
Not qualified for Worlds. Unfortunate. Yeah. So yeah, if Nunez is gonna wreck me every time I am like having a bad day and need to vent, then I'm gonna have to just bring up that he's not qualified for Worlds.
Yes, sure.
At least until after Nationals. If I had to put money on it, I put money on Nunez. Another FAM appearance.
I don't know if he finished that high in Toronto.
Yeah. And was this a top 8 Golden Mickey?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. I think it was only 1,000-person tournament. So probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was always saying how he didn't have a Golden Mickey until he won one like in Europe. So I guess not.
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of insane that like we're trained. Top 8 is the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And it's like basically just as hard to make top 8 no matter what. But one side gets a Golden Mickey and one doesn't. Very unfortunate.
What's your thought before we keep going? Just a general, and it's a little off topic, but like, what's your thought on like? We've just now looked at 3 tournaments, and we know what's going on now, and it's like a lot of these deck archetypes, and I know we've talked about in the past how like we've gotten to a point now where like the deck colors are not necessarily just like what the what the archetype is, but like you do still see a lot of the same colors over and over again. Like, do you think that's an issue? Do you think it's just the fact that like since moment 1, certain cards have just been so powerful that like we can't overcome it? Or
yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I mean, when we played Magic, it was like there was always white weenie.
Yeah.
There was always mono red aggro. There was always mono black control, mono blue control, stuff like that. And then, for anyone who hasn't played Magic, the color symbols are on the back of Magic cards in a pentagram. And the ones next to each other, if you haven't played in years, you should be able to jump back in the game. And the colors that are touching each other work well together. Yep. So we haven't had a rotation yet. I don't know if we ever will. We haven't had like every set has not been as impactful because set 1 is just bonkers. But yeah, I don't think it's a big problem. I think all games are like this and people just don't realize it, maybe.
Just curious. Certain games of the colors that carry through. So.
And then like when we were talking about DeCandio, we said Amber Steel, but we didn't know exactly which one.
Yeah.
Which is nice for Amber Steel players. Like Ruby Sapphire, there's one deck.
Yeah.
If someone inks an Amber or Steel card, you still don't know what they're playing.
Yeah, it's true.
Jacob Finney, he owns a store here in North Carolina. So he played Amethyst Emerald. I don't know what he's been playing since. I know he's played all kinds of decks. And then, let's see. Brad Nelson, notable name. I would assume if he's playing, it's Amber Steel again. That's what he played when I played him in an SCG. So I'm pretty sure that's just the deck that he enjoys playing.
Magic player enjoys Amber Steel. No surprise.
Yeah.
We've said in the past, it's the closest to like a Magic deck that exists.
Yes. I absolutely love playing Amber Steel. Let's see. Birmingham. Nope. Vegas. Us. First place, Zan Saeed.
We already got him.
I mean, come on, share some for the rest of us. Oh man. We got Jonathan Lamb. I've only ever seen him play Sapphire Steel.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like I've only seen him a few times, and he was at PAX, right? I think he was playing at PAX as well. I knew he went to Time that one round. So
no, he was playing Ruby Sapphire then.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I swore he was just cottages for life. Like that's just his thing now.
He didn't have any cottages out against me.
Jonathan Williams. He played Ruby Sapphire. So this is someone from Florida. He play tests with Landers. I would assume that he's going to be on whatever Landers is on. Like I know that they work together. Let's see. We got a Backseat Genius.
The green is the pass downs. It also. There you go.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What? This is so interesting. What is yellow?
I don't know what the yellow means.
Yeah. So these people were already qualified?
Yeah, I think so.
Man. Well, I'm still just gonna do top 60 unless I know for sure.
That's fair.
Yeah, like I know the guy from Luxury here, Alrathion. I know he got a pass down for sure because we're friends with Luxury Games, so we talk to them.
He's a big Amethyst player though, right?
Yeah, well, I was shocked that he was playing Amber Amethyst Hyper Aggro.
Huh.
Yeah, he was going super Megatonic. And so was Allie. I know Allie helped with the deck, funny enough. But yeah, I would assume that he would be on some kind of like Ruby Amethyst burn deck, which is like what Jonathan Ball top 8s with later on. And Dale and Kendall so close here. Couldn't get a pass down to Ben Fishman. I mean, come on. we were
or Cole.
Yeah, look at all these names, and we just needed two more pass downs. We had two more TFM guys in. They wouldn't been flying in early.
Yep.
Oh man. Let's see. All right, and then we have Seattle. So we have the wizard himself, Wonderland.
I think he could play anything. I just think it involves steel. I don't know what the second color will be. I just know he plays a lot of steel.
Yeah, I think even with the people that we've already said from Labyrinth, they could all just bust out any deck and still be one of the best players in the room. So I would assume he's docking of some sort.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, if any man loves docking, it's this guy.
Yes.
Michael Majors. So Magic designer. Pro Magic player.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm assuming he's just going to stick with what got him to the dance.
Yeah, that's true. Or do you know other people?
I'm skipping right to John Ball. Yeah, I just don't follow that much. Like when we're busy making content, it's so hard to breathe in content. And I feel like Ball is also gonna play Amethyst Amethyst Ruby Burn. It's so weird that it's this way in alphabetical order because no one says Amethyst Ruby.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I'm stuttering over everything. Which this was amazing of them, by the way. This deck, like Ferranti lost the last round to not make day 2. Ball didn't even play his top 8 match. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna save $35 and fly home now. Oh man. I know Lucas on Ohana. Well, obviously it says that here, but we see Ohana a decent amount. I live in North Carolina. I don't know what he's played since then. I know he was at the CCS. And then I know that Alex qualified with a pass down. And we do know what he's playing, so can't say it. But anyway, that's everyone. I mean, I feel bad. I feel like a terrible teammate. Let's see. Why? Let's remove this. I feel like a terrible teammate because I own a giant whiteboard. I have a wall. Like I should have had all these names. I should have had all these names out and what I was predicting them to play. just life is crazy right now.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's why we're home.
Yeah.
Crazy life.
Yeah, I feel like a scrub. But anyway, we touched on it a little bit. Surprise decks. You think anything that we didn't go over that might just shock everyone, or just surprise cards?
I guess. I mean, so like, what are the decks that have been doing well right now? So you have Amber Steel that won the CCS. You have we've covered a lot of a resurgence of Ruby Sapphire. There was Ruby Amethyst. I assume won the 2K in Star City, and Kendall won something with it. Didn't he win something earlier, like in the beginning of the season?
With what? Ruby Amethyst?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kendall won. He won SCG early in the season, and then he just won 2 of them, I believe.
Yeah.
If he didn't win both of them, he won at least one of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really think, like you said, it's pretty wide open. It's a lot of the same archetypes we've always seen, like showing up over and over again. So, I mean, like the players that are used to being like playing well with those types of decks, I think there's an out for them to succeed in the decks that they're very good at. I mean, I do believe that like there will be some tech in their decks. Like I don't think anyone would show up with just like a random deck. Like I remember like seeing like a FAM deck one time that was Ruby Sapphire that I really liked when he was playing like Develop Your Brain and things like that. Like I think there will be innovations within the archetype. I think there are definitely cards that people may be like, this card's really good in this matchup and go from that perspective. But I don't know that there will necessarily be full-on archetypes that are going to be busted out unless like everybody's missed something and they're saving it. But I mean, we've already had a whole entire Continentals and and a bunch of like a $10,000 event. Like I don't think I would hold back any tech, if I had it. So
yeah, I was gonna say before European Continentals, I thought like every Magic Pro Tour, it felt like there was just something out of left field that was just took over everything.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that there was like nothing really stand out in the Euros Continentals, I was like, yeah, I think the game's just like, I don't know. Without ever getting mana screwed and stuff like that, the best players just win, and like the best players just play the best decks, and it doesn't matter. It's almost like they don't even need to like try to break the format, because someone could just play 61 drops and randomly win some games. Like if this rambling makes sense to anyone. But I think if anything, I've already said Amber Green, the like control muses style deck, it's just so good against Genie. Not so good against Rabbit, but so good against Genie. I could even see an Amber Emerald aggro deck. Like I know someone like start off 4-0 with one in Euros.
Okay.
And by I mean somebody played it at locals and was like, yeah, someone started 4-0 with this. And he caught me off guard one game because I just not expecting that, But yeah, I mean, if anything else was going to be surprising, just I have all the colors written down here. It would be like a Blurple deck that
I played that last week and it has some serious weaknesses.
Yeah. One of those weaknesses is your opponent knowing you don't be prepared.
Right, exactly.
But it also has some incredible strengths.
Yeah. Like turn 3
Yeah. I kind of like, if you could play as many as you want of one card,
sure,
over 4, it would be Sail, and I'd play like 16 of them.
Yep.
And then I'll just play the Amethyst package. Because when you Sail on 2, I feel like I can't lose, whether I'm on the play or the draw.
Yep.
Like, I split the finals of an Enchanted tournament this past Saturday. And some of my opponents that I was friends with, when I sailed on 2, I just looked at them and I was like, You have no more agency in this game. Like, we can keep playing if you want. I can't lose. I had a crowd around me when I was playing one of my buddies. He was playing Ruby Amethyst. I'm like, well, you have to be prep this turn or you lose. Rabbit, rabbit, Diablo, Diablo, Diablo. Like, the deck just draws so many cards. There was a couple times where I'm just like, I have 12 cards in my hand. I guess I'll ink friends. I don't know why we're continuing, but we can. But yeah, I mean, that deck could break out. Also, one jump, or well, not one jump, a one jump effect into McDuck Manor, followed by McDuck Manor, is just brutal.
Yep. I did it after somebody be prepared and they didn't win that game, but
yeah.
But if you don't have the nuts, though, I feel like it's your fair game is bad for you. That's the problem.
Yeah. There is also a little benefit of there's no one out here playtesting against Blurple.
Yeah.
I could also see a Ruby Sapphire deck with Flynn Rider. It's not that, like, it's not unheard of because, you know, the guy did well with it in Euros. But I could totally see, like, them putting Moana in it and making the deck not so heavily reliable on, like, I must get to 7 as fast as possible to win the game.
That was the guy who was in first place after day 1, right?
Yeah, I believe so. With his, like, 4-item deck, which is big.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hiram 4 items. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're inkable, whatever, if you don't draw them together. But yeah, we've seen Moana a little bit. I feel like she could be a breakout card, the 3/2 Moana.
Yep.
This, unless, like, for instance, if you're playing against Ruby Amethyst, if they don't have Sneak on 2, Moana into Flynn is guaranteed lore, right? There's nothing else. But yeah, anyway. So let's move on to our goals for 2025.
Sure.
Yeah, I've shared some of this privately, but I don't know how much we talked about it in the public.
So there's a lot of Lorcana goals in 2025. I mean, obviously we don't have a schedule yet, but I do think that I've already seen a bunch of third parties really step up with, like, Southside Gaming and others. So I do think that if our lack of information of a next DLC season continues, I do think that there are other third parties will step up, and going to those, I think, is one goal. I think I had a conversation with Dan a few weeks ago about how I don't want to just treat DLCs like the thing I need to prepare for. I want to treat any Lorcana event that I go to as something that I actually need to take seriously, even if it's, like, you know, $1,000 local or something like that. So I think just for me personally, I need to play more. So just playing more Lorcana is definitely my goal. I'm also hoping that there are European DLCs that are not the exact same time as the North American DLCs, so that I can attend some of those and make vacations out of it more effectively than I did here. I guess an outside goal may be, if there's later in the year events in Australia, maybe being able to go to one of those. that'll eat up a lot of my time PTO wise. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but really, it's continuing to make content as well. I'm working on, like, a very comprehensive starting a TCG player business, which is taking up a ton of my time, which is something I didn't mention as to another reason I'm not at NACC. So, like, you know, trying to impart what it's like to run a business on the side as a side business for this. You know, going to PAX was a great experience for that. So I think just getting more involved in the game in general is really my goal for the year, because I spent a lot of time in 2024, not as much time playing as I would have liked. I did okay in the season. I made one day 2, but I think I can improve upon that. And I think just playing and taking it more seriously and setting aside time where I'm actually playing the game more seriously is my goal for 2025.
Yeah, yeah, it's so funny because you made it day 2. I didn't. I went to all of them, and I don't have a job, so I have no excuses. But what's it called? Yeah, I wanted to go to every DLC, just everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they were going to spring Australia on us,
right?
And I didn't know it was going to be the first one. It's so frustrating because unless something crazy happens, I'm not going now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been saying that I wanted to go, not that I was going to go. But
it's a lot. It's not a 1 week trip. I was actually I went. So my where I work has an office in Melbourne, so right very close to where the tournament was. So I was talking about it today at a happy hour for work, and my boss, who's been there I think twice, he basically just told me, he's like, it's like a 2 week trip. Like there's just, and he was telling me like what you can do and like go down the, take tours and things like that. And it's like, yeah, but how am I supposed to go to that and then also go to other DLCs? Like I don't have infinite time off, literally infinite. I have a lot of time off, but not literally infinite. So
yeah, I could see, like, I don't know if I could play card games if I had a real job. And anytime I did have a real job, I wasn't playing card games.
Yeah.
Like when I owned my thrift store, for instance, no, I didn't even go to F&M. Nothing.
Wow.
Like it was, I mean, I was working. It's like you have a child.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's just,
you already have 2 of those. So.
I know. Luckily, my wife supports it. Like she supports my bad habits of playing card games. But yeah, my plan for Australia was going to be Hawaii first, which then I just felt awful that I wasn't taking the wife and kids. That's a problem of mine. Like before we started, I think I've talked about this a couple times live, where like, I canceled all of our season passes to Sesame Place, SeaWorld, Universal Studios, everything, because this is just taking up so much time.
Yeah.
Hopefully the kids don't hate me.
Sesame Place is okay to miss. I support that decision. Yeah. Someone who worked there for 6 years, I support the decision of not having season passes this Sesame.
Here, Ben really liked this. Ben on the team. So if you have a season pass for Sesame Place, a platinum pass, it's $250 a person. Okay. It gets you into every park that they own. Which is Busch Gardens. Yeah, they have like 11 parks plus water parks.
Yeah.
So if you wanted season passes at SeaWorld, it's like $400 a person.
Mm-hmm.
And you're only allowed to buy season passes at Sesame Place if you live like in a surrounding state because of this loophole.
Oh.
Yeah. So since my parents live in New Jersey, we can buy season passes there, and then I can go to SeaWorld and Busch Gardens.
Oh, okay.
Not only that, if you have a season pass not to the park you're visiting, as a thank you to come visit that park, they give you 50% off merchandise.
Yeah.
So the season passes were free as long as I was going, essentially. But this entire year, I think we went once for a Florida trip where we used to go for 4 months at a time.
To Busch Gardens?
Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, and Universal.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go down to Florida, and 5 days a week we'd go to theme parks, which Dan thinks I'm insane. But yeah, so I'm not used to leaving my family when I travel, which is a me problem. And then one of my goals was to make, I think it was 43 pieces of content for Metafy.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I omitted like big holidays since I have kids. It's like, I can't work the week of Christmas, basically. Stuff like that. I'll have to put out like some lame thing like top 20 cards I thought would see play. Yeah. Just something easy. It only took 4 hours instead of the typical 20 for for something I care about. But yeah, so like that also drove me to want to go to every event. That like I was disappointed I missed the SCG this past one. But no one wanted to go, and it's an 8-hour drive, and it's just a 1K, a 2K, and a 1K. Like, I never wanted to go to CCS before, and like no one from the team went, so I was just like, yeah, it's cool. But now that other people wanted to go, I'm like, well, I'll go to hang out with everyone on the team. I will also play Lorcana.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. But now that people are giving us money to read articles and for coaching and stuff like that, I feel like I really need to have my finger on the pulse of the game at all times, and not just before DLCs, like you were saying. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm already failing my goal of going to every DLC.
But you're not going to Australia.
Yeah, but maybe we can change that goal a little. And it wasn't a New Year's resolution. All right.
That'll be over by now anyway.
Yeah. Maybe we'll change that goal to we'll go to every DLC in America, Europe, and maybe Japan. Maybe we can time travel.
Yeah. I'll be curious to see what that's like.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, but I feel like it's a free roll. Like seeing that display in China at Disney, I'm like, man, I could buy all of that and just pay for
there was a guy in one of the marketplace groups that had a ton of it and was selling a bunch of it, and I thought the prices were like extremely fair for what it was.
Yeah, like I wouldn't like try to juice people. If I could pay for my trip, great. And it would help other people who can't get a hold of it or can't trust. Some of these people put too much trust into these Japanese cards I see. Like paid months ago. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I am known for getting kicked out of Disney World for buying too much stuff. So
there you go.
But anyway, anything else before we sign off?
No, I appreciate you having me on. It's a quick stream.
Of course, gotta spread the prosperity to my family. I can't. But no, thanks for coming on with me.
Yeah, we just wanted to get on real quick and talk about NACC before from an outside perspective. So
yeah, I am very much looking forward. I'm very anxious for everyone we know in the last chance qualifiers, but I'm looking forward to see all of our friends be successful. So
I hope everyone just has a good time, and anyone that's I hope those fires somehow get under control, because it's been very disturbing when I watch the news. Like, and I'm not usually taken back by this kind of stuff, but I'm very taken back by this.
I know it's absolutely insane. And then it's like, just people complaining about their flights.
Yeah. And I'm
like, come on, man. Everyone, just come on. Like, there are worse things. At least, you've got everything else in life. But with that, thank you, everyone.
Yep. Have a good night, everyone.
And see you next time.
See ya.